Hey everybody, and welcome aboard with Plasma 1945, and this is going to be a play of the week and a little bit of a tutorial on how to win in the F5 on Growling Sidewinder. We're going to feature some flight here in the very beginning of me and rmckee, but the rest of it is going to be rmckee pretty much spanking me and spanking Wiz on Growling Sidewinder in the F5. Now here we've got our first takeoff, and I kept McKee company for one flight and one splash here. We were both flying the F5s, and the F5 is an incredible little plane, especially if you want to give yourself a challenge. It is a full fidelity plane, and I strongly recommend that you would buy it because it's well priced and gives you that full fidelity challenge without going too crazy with too many electronics. Now we are flying in a two-ship, and two-ship is the only way to fly in the F5 if you're going to go against third or fourth generation aircraft, and that is because the F5 is limited. Although it is highly maneuverable, it is limited to 2 AIM-9P5 missiles. These are semi-full aspect, which means that you can shoot at a plane head-on, but don't always expect it to hit. You can fly high in the F5, but only if you've got control of the air and you've got support, because without that you are a sitting duck. Your RWR and your radar is pretty limited. Now you can always bring a friend along on something like Growling Sidewinder server, because an F-18 or an su-27 can be your sheepdog. They've got data link and they can tell you where hostiles are coming from. But otherwise, if you're flying all by yourself, stay low, and better yet, bring a friend. Like here you've got me and McKee flying side by side. We've got about half a mile spread so we can both see each other, and we're looking actually at our smoky exhausts to just keep tally on one another as we go in. Now here we're zoomed in a bit, but there is about half a mile spread between the two of us. The reason you want that spread is for communication, for visual contact, and also in case you get splashed, like right there, your wingman can see your plane go down and your explosion, and will hear the last moments of your communication telling you this is where I got splashed. So there's my explosion. I splashed one aircraft here, and McKee knows that the hostile that got me is nearby. Bra calls are your best friend. He's tracking a hostile here, bringing across, and an aim9p5 out. Tail aspect shot, and there's a splash. Now Valak was coming in an F-18 as well, so close call, but this guy had nowhere to go. He was being boxed in. There's that launch again, missile trailing close, and Valak's AIM-120 hit him just before that splash, so McKee didn't get a kill on that one, but it would have been a nice splash for him anyway. Keep in mind though that the AIM-9s are always a bit weaker, especially against larger aircraft, so they may not take it out in one go unless somebody pulls some crazy G-forces. So here we've got Wiz, who flies with us in RS, and yeah, he eats an AIM-9. He had no idea it was coming. Let's take a look at that again. There's the lock, there's the launch, kind of tail aspect almost, and he's gone. Alright, McKee is flying right above the trees here. This is the best way to employ this plane. He saw my launch right there. That was an ET or an ER launch. He tracks me, fires his first P5. That missile goes stupid. At this point, I start climbing, fire up my afterburners, and that's exactly what his second missile needs. Sees my afterburner, and I am out of there. So let's actually replay that, and I'll show that to you one more time here in slow motion. So he sees the launch. It's all about being visual. He never bothered to turn on the radar. He hears his Sidewinders growling, fires the first one. The first one goes dumb. This is the second one. It sees my afterburner and right up the tailpipe, and I'm gone. F5 is bringing the punishment. One thing to keep in mind is try to drop your fuel tank before you go into an engagement. Always bring it, or at least a 275 or 150 gallon tank. This is the final flight here. McKee gets a 2 splash here. Me and Wiz are flying in formation. McKee passes underneath us, fires an AIM-9, gets me in the face. With an AIM-9, I lose control, and I go down. Now, McKee allowed Wiz to fly over him. At this point, I've called out that yes, I've been hit, I've been splashed, but too late. As Wiz is coming about to engage McKee, McKee hammers in and fires another AIM-9 right at Wiz. Wiz simply just turned around and exposed himself here, and missile to the face. Splash 2 within about 30 seconds there. It's a little bit slower because I'm slowing the video down, but as you can see, in skilled and capable hands with his eyes open, flying low and staying out of the radar, the little F5 is definitely a plane that could. And we've seen even gun kills with the F5 on Growling Sidewinder, but you have to be careful. You have to be aware of your airspace and find a wingman to fly with. If you get those things figured out, you will be very successful. I think there was a couple of guys from Harpia who are also pretty adept at flying the F5 in situations against 3rd and 4th gen fighters as well. So always a pleasure to see a great pilot. In this case, McKee, thumbs up and props to you for getting so many splashes on me and Wiz. It seemed like you were just hunting us, and I know you were, because you were telling us in audio that you were coming after us. But as you can see, everybody, it's not just the plane, but what you do with it and how you use it. Even this little MiG-28 can get the job done. You've only got 2 missiles, you've got guns, but you're extremely hard to see visually, and you may not be picked up by data link at all, or by radar. On that final flight where McKee got underneath both of us, I did not see him on electro-optical, even though I was scanning +1, -1 continuously. He never showed up until there was a missile flying right for my face. And that's when we realized we were in trouble. So there you have it. Another beautiful flight. Hopefully you've liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Plasma 1945 signing off.